بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ومن يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. وقال الله تعالى: يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم فلا تجعلوا لله أندادا وأنتم تعلمون وإن كنتم في ريب مما نزلنا على عبدنا فأتوا بسورة من مثله وادعوا شهداءكم من دون الله إن كنتم صادقين فإن لم تفعلوا ولن تفعلوا فاتقوا النار التي وقودها الناس والحجارة أعدت للكافرين وبشر الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أن لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار كلما رزقوا منها من ثمرة رزقا قالوا هذا الذي رزقنا من قبل وأتوا به متشابها ولهم فيها أزواج مطهرة وهم فيها خالدون إن الله لا يستحي أن يضرب مثلا ما بعوضة فما فوقها فأما الذين آمنوا فيعلمون أنه الحق من ربهم وأما الذين كفروا فيقولون ماذا أراد الله بهذا مثلا يضل به كثيرا ويهدي به كثيرا وما يضل به إلا الفاسقين. So now it's again late. I will only speak for 5 verses, 5 ayat. Ayat number 21 until 25. And then I have to finish at 10 p.m. or maybe little bit more than 10 p.m. Before I start, it's okay. Before I start, I want to talk very important thing about our situation here. We are living in a non-Muslim community. The most of the people living here are non-Muslims. And we are Muslims here. And we claim that we are believers. And we claim that we are right people. And we need to guide them. Now, how you guide these people here when they are not happy with us? When they are complaining about garbage, about dirty things, about sitting down in front of the people's houses, sometimes even parking in front of the gate of the people. So what they think of us, what they think of Muslim, they are not going to think good for Muslim. They are going to have a very bad image of Islam. How comes a Muslim is going to throw garbage on the street? Even the president of the association, he told to Brother Salcon that in front of the house of the people, there is a diaper throwing by the people coming here. They come here to get some rice or something, which I already stopped now. I don't want to give any rice here anymore. This year I will not give any rice here. I don't want these dirty people to come here. To throwing the diaper, pamper with dirt, throwing in the front of the house of the people. So now we are very shameful to this community here. If you are Muslim, a Muslim should be very clean. Kung Muslim tayo, dapat malinis. We cannot throw the garbage in the street. That is the attitude of the pig. Sino yung marumi yung baboy? Tayo Muslim. So we should be very clean. Throwing the diaper in front of the houses of the people, throwing the garbage, throwing the styros outside. This is not the attitude of the Muslim. The Muslim should not do. So I want to encourage everybody here. We should implement Islam outside our masjid. If we cannot implement Islam outside the masjid, how we are going to implement Islam to the people? Our masjid we cannot implement Islam. Outside the masjid throwing garbage. Outside the masjid people is smoking. Outside the masjid people go out and they smoke. And then if you come to the masjid, you stay inside the masjid as long as you are here. You are not allowed to stand by outside. For thousands of times I said people don't sit in front of the houses of the people. That's too bad. Islam doesn't allow you that you sit down in front of the houses of the people. That is a very, very bad attitude. So if you are coming to masjid, you must stay inside the masjid. And if you are not going to stay in the masjid, you must leave. You cannot sit down in front of the houses of the people. You are harassing them. You cannot harass people with your bad attitude. So that's very important thing. I wanted to share, maybe somebody can say this in Tagalog, so everybody can understand very well these guidelines. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhan nasu a'budu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum walladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. So that is ayah number 21, Surah Al-Baqarah, which contains the mission of our life, the purpose of our life. Why Allah created us? Allah created us that we become His abd. What is the meaning of abd? What is the meaning of abd? Slave, alipin. That's the purpose of our life. We have to become the slave of Allah. Yung dahilan ng buhay natin, tayo maging alipin ng Allah. That is abd. So ibadallah, we are the slaves of Allah. And when we make ibadah, we worship Allah and we show that we are your slave. For example, what is the highest level of worship? Ibadah is put down your head on the floor. You put your head on the sa lupa. Yung mukha mo, lagay mo sa lupa. There's a kind of worship in which we show to Allah that we are your slave. Kami alipin. Tayo alipin ng Allah. So that's ibadah. And that's the purpose of our life. You ask many people, even many Muslims, try to go tomorrow. Go to Baclaran, go to Divisoria, go to Quiapo, and ask to many Muslims, anong dahilan natin na buhay natin? And nobody will answer you. The people, they don't know the answer of that. And it is a basic knowledge in Islam. Even the starting of the Quran, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. To you only we are slaves. To you only we worship. Wa iyyaka nasta'in. To you only we invoke for help. So the purpose of our life is to become slaves of Allah. Praying, fasting, giving the zakat, the charity, giving the going for the Hajj, invite people to Islam, eat halal, business halal, make marriage halal, everything halal. Nothing haram we do. We do everything according to the commandment of Allah, to show Him that we are your slave. That's Allah is commanding us in the Quran. Ya ayyuhan nasu u'budu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum walladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. O you who believe, O mankind, Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, we created you, O mankind, worship your Lord who created you, worship your Lord who created you and those before you. So we are created by Allah and people before us were created by Allah. لعلكم يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون لعلكم تفلحون. So now the purpose of our life is to worship Allah, to become His slaves, and He deserves that too. We should worship Him because He is our Lord. He sustains us, He cherishes us, He gives us the food, He gives us the life. Everything we have is all from Him. And He is also our creator. We originate from Him. He is our originator. He made us from nothing. We were not existing in this world, but now we are existing because of His blessings, because of His rahmah, because of His mercy. So He deserves our worship. He deserves our life, that we should become His slave. لعلكم تفلحون, so you become successful. So purpose of life to worship Allah, to follow His commandments, then we get the success from Allah. That is the success. Tagumpay. And after that Allah is explaining that what Allah did for us. الَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمْ الْأَرْضَ فِرَاشًا. He who made for you the earth, lupa, it's like a flooring, parang lupa. The earth, the planet earth, Allah made it the flooring for us. For example, when you see the planet earth, ano ba yun ng itsura ng earth, planet earth? Bilog. But when you see the lupa, it's look like a flooring. Kahit na bilog siya, but when you see the earth, it's like floor. Parang flooring. وَالسَّمَاءَ بِنَاءً. And He make the sky, langit, parang bubong. So wherever you see, it's bubong. You are going any part of the world, the heaven is going with everywhere with you. It's like a roofing. And what is the purpose of roof? Anong dahilan ng iyong bubong? To give us a protection. Protection from rain, protection from sunshine, protection from so many things, from disease. Okay, what is the purpose of the sky? The sky is also giving us a protection. Because if there is no protection on above us, there are lots of meteoroids. There are lots of broken stars. They are approaching to the earth, but earth is the atmosphere, the sky is repelling them from us. There are 7 layers above us, like ozone layer, electromagnetic layers. Those layers are for our protection, which Allah made for us. So Allah make the sky as a roof for us, parang bubong. وَالسَّمَاءَ بِنَاهُ وَأَنزَلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً, and He sent down the water from the sky. So now water, this water coming from the sky. In 1 second, bawat isang segundo, 16 million tons of water. 16 million tons. Tons means 1,000 liter, 1,000 kilo. So 16 million means, tons means 16 billion liters. 16 billion liters bawat isang second lang. In 1 second, the 16 million tons of water coming down, and the 16 million tons of water is evaporated from the sea. So this is a water cycle. The water go evaporated and then coming down continuously. If you all want to do this, we cannot do this. Allah is the one doing that. He dry the water, evaporated, and then He bring down the water, and He fall the rain on us. So we have a continuous water supply. The water supply in the world, if the population of the world will become 2,000 times more. How many people we are here now? 7 billion. Kahit maging 14,000 billion tayo, 14,000 billion. Kahit maging tayo ng 14,000 billion, enough water on the earth. May tubig na yan. But we cannot get the water in the many houses like in squatter area. It's because of the wrong system. It's because of the wrong water supply. But the water is plenty on the earth, which can be good enough for 14,000 billion people. No problem. Lots of water Allah made sent down on the earth. But the people are not getting right access. Reason, the people living in the city. City is hard to maintain. If you live in the province, no problem, the water. You can reach to the river, the lakes, and very easy to get the access to the water in the provinces. You can make the well, lots of water in the open area, in the outside the cities. So Allah sent down the water. Allah is saying that الذي وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم. And from the water, Allah bring out the fruits. Try to go to the fruit shop. Go to the fruit shop. Lots of fruit shop here. I can advise some of the Muslim brothers here, rather they are standby, no work. Why don't you sell the fruits in the BF homes? Why don't you sell? We have one brother here. I saw him outside the masjid every Friday. Juma is selling the pineapple. I'm very happy. Who is his brother here? I saw him, meron siya motorcycle. He put the pineapple and he go around and sell it. Very good. Very good example. Rather than to just stand by, no work, lazy, tamad, no good. Be his example for him. He put the pineapple, he go around and sell the pineapple. That's Muslim. That's a good believer. So you can see here lots of fruits here selling, and everybody is selling fruits here. And it's a good business. You can make up 50% sometime, even 100% profit. Go to Divisoria, only 2,000 pesos you start. After 1 month, you have a 20,000. After 1 year, you have 100,000 or 200,000, because it's very good business. You get Divisoria, bring banana, apple, orange, sit down in some place, and then Allah give you risk. Allah give you barakah. In 1 month or 2 months, you are very good already. After 2 months, 3 months, you can buy motorcycle. Allah will give you barakah. Rather than just give me money, give me zakat, give me sadaqah. Rather you go and work, and let Allah to give you barakah. So now what I want to say, when you go to the fruit shop, any fruit shop, and you can see different colors of fruits, beautiful, sweet, grapes, ubas, manzanas, apple, orange, banana, and now you think of this, think of that. Not just to think of money, but think of this. When you see the lupa is just lupa. But think of this all the fruits coming out from this lupa. Why don't you think of this? You see the lupa, meron ba ng prutas doon? Is there any fruit inside? Nothing. But all the fruits coming from the lupa. The banana, the apple, the grapes. Because Allah said, فَخْرَجَ بِهِ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ رِزْقًا لَكُمْ. Then He bring out from this lupa, with the water, He bring out the fruits for you. Example, these all fruits coming out from the lupa, maghukay tayo, kahit malalim. Kuha ba tayo ng frutas? Wala. But from the same land, you get the fruits every day. Because you work hard, you get the seeds, you put the seeds, and Allah send the water, and one day the fruits comes out. Because Allah wants us to work. Then He give us the blessings. So Allah send down the water and bring out the fruits for us. Who make these fruits? Who make the banana? Who make the grapes? Who make the apple? Who make the orange? Allah make all this. He bring out for us from the soil which we eat. فَخْرَجَ بِهِ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ رِزْقًا لَكُمْ فَلَا تَجْعَلُوا لِلَّهِ أَنْدَادًا وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. So don't make anybody equal to Allah. Do not make the rivals of Allah. Wag na gawin ng tambal sa Allah. وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. And you know that. Alam ninyo to. You know that walang katulad si Allah. No rival for Allah. He's only one. The ayah number 23. وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَى عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِثْلِهِ وَادْعُوا شُهَدَاءَكُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Can I get the Quran? Quran. Now Allah said, and if you are in doubt, kung meron kayo ng duda, at kung meron kayo ng duda, وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَى عَبْدِنَا. Kung meron kayo ng duda na ito, pinadala ni Allah kay Prophet Muhammad, ito Quran. If you have any doubt in this Quran, فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ. Then bring the surah. What is the surah? This Quran has 114 surah, chapter, like Qul Huwallahu Ahad, Qul A'udhu Birabbil Falaq, Qul A'udhu Birabbin Nas. Pinakamalit ng surah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Inna a'tainakal kautsar, fasalli li rabbika wanhar, inna sha'naka wal abtar. Yan pinakamalit ng surah, Suratul Kautsar. Allah is challenging, kung meron ka na duda sa Quran, gawan ninyo na isang surah lang. Parang ito, isang surah lang. Like inna a'tainakal kautsar, fasalli li rabbika wanhar, inna sha'naka wal abtar. Just make one surah. In kuntum, and fa'tu bi suratin min mislihi wad'u shuhadaakum. And tawag ninyo mga kaibigan, mga witness, and call all your witnesses, all your helpers. In kuntum sadiqin, if you are truthful. Bring everybody and make one surah like Quran. Nobody can make one surah like Quran. How eloquent, how nice to read. Did you see any song which people listen all the life? For 100 years or 200 years, nothing. Any song, even the hit song, after 20 years, 30 years, finish. Nobody will listen it anymore. The people get bored. This Quran, people are listening for 1,400 years. Nobody get bored. And unchanged. For example, it's unchanged and it's protected. For example, this is the Quran, the book of Muslim, our book, which Allah sent to us. Now the Christian says Bible. The Jew, mga Hudyo, they have Talmud or Torah, which is corrupted. The Bible is corrupted. Binago ng tao. The Buddha, the Buddhists, they have the Satir. The Hindus, they have the book, Gita, Vedas, etc. Now we make the challenge. We make the challenge. Let's throw all the Quran sa dagat, sa ocean. All the Bible throw in the ocean. All the Talmud, the Torah, all the Dasatir, all the Gita, all the Vedas, the books of Hindus, all these throw in the ocean, dagat. And tell them to rewrite. Hindi sila pwede rewrite. They cannot produce again. But we can do that. We can rewrite the Quran because we memorize that. All the Quran memorized by the people, all the Quran. So if you memorize, if they want to reproduce, they cannot. They have no hard copy. We have the hard copy in our heart. The Quran has a hard copy in the hearts of the Muslims. There are millions of Muslims who memorize the Quran word by word, hard copy, inside our hearts. Nobody can destroy the Quran. Because Allah made the system, the people can memorize it. You cannot memorize. For example, any book of the world, no one can memorize the whole book. Except the Quran, people can memorize the whole Quran. That's a miracle of the Quran. We have other kind of miracle, which Allah has in the Quran. Scientific miracles. Lots of miracles you can learn from the Quran. For example, Allah said in the Quran that on the day of judgment, Allah will change the skin. Yung sa impyerno, hellfire. Kung sunog ng mga tao, binago ng Allah, palitan ng Allah yung mga balat. And Allah said so they can feel more and more pain. Now, what the skin doctors say, yung sa balat meron sensor. We have a sensor here. And this sensor gives the signal to the brain, so we have a pain. So the pain because of the skin. You pain, meron tayo na sakit dahil sa balat. Because meron tayo sensor dito. So Allah is telling that Allah will change the skin in the hellfire. So you will feel continuously pain. So it means that our skin has the sensors. Nobody knew before, but Allah said in the Quran. Because this book is from Allah. About the creation of child, about the creation of the heaven and the earth. For example, the scientists are agreed about the creation of universe is from the single point, one mass. The heavens and the earth, all the universe was one mass. And it was exploded. Now Allah said in the Quran, أَوَلَمْ يَرَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّ السَّمَوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ رَتْقًا فَفَتَقْنَاهُمَا وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ أَفَلَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Allah said, did not the disbelievers seen or the knew that heavens and earth were joined together as one mass? We split them asunder. So the heavens and earth was all joined together, and then Allah split them, and it becomes the heaven and earth and the planets and stars. وَجْعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. And then Allah said, we bring out the life from the water. So what is the origin of the life? The origin of the life is water. Without water is no life. Even animals, human, animals, plants, the fish, all kind of insects, everyone needs water for the life. Without water, there is no life. And that's what Allah said in the Quran. وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ أَفَلَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Do they not believe? For example, how many percent water in our body? Do you know that? Ilang porsyento ng tubig sa katawan natin? 71%. The same 71% water on the earth. The water on the earth is 71%. And I can also prove from the Quran that the water, the sea mentioned in the Quran is 32 times, and the land mentioned in the Quran is 13 times. When you make the ratio, it becomes 71.11, and the other side is 28.9. And that is actual ratio of the sea and the land. And that is actual ratio of solid in our body, and the water in our body is 71%. Now Allah said also that our universe is expanding. Allah said that Allah is expanding the sama, the langit. And that's what the scientists, they knew today with the telescopes, that our universe is expanding. Inna limusi'un. Allah said that we are expanding it. So there are thousands of scientific miracles which I can speak during Ramadan, inshallah. Now, Allah made the challenge to make one surah like Quran. And then Allah is now telling in the next ayah, فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا. So if you cannot do it, وَلَنْ تَفْعَلُوا, and you can never do that. فَاتَّقُوا النَّارَ الَّتِي وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ أُعِدَّتْ لِلْكَافِرِينَ. Then fear the fire whose fuel will be man and stone. Now very surprising. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying na yung impyerno, yung gatong ng impyerno, tao at mga bato. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? That the fuel of the hell is human and mga bato, malalaking bato, the rocks. What is the meaning of this? And now, the Quran was revealed 1,400 years ago. Nobody knew that. That in the lupa, there is a fuel. For example, the coal, the petroleum, sulfur, and lots of other fuel inside the lupa, inside the rock. You can go on the mountain, inside the mountain there is a fuel. So what Allah is mean to say here, the stones is the fuel. And the stones is the fuel because inside the stone there is a fuel. When you go, an example, you want it to mining, you get the stones, break them, and then you bring them in the processing place, unit, and you get the fuel inside, like coal. There is a coal in Palawan. In Pakistan there is lots of coal in different part of the world. Like in Middle East there is lots of oil. Where is coming from? From the stone, from the rocks. So what Allah said, فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا وَلَنْ تَفْعَلُوا. So if you cannot do it to make the produce the one surah like Quran, and Allah said وَلَنْ تَفْعَلُوا, you cannot do it. You can never do that because that's Allah know, because it's His book. So nobody can copy this. فَاتَّقُوا النَّارَ الَّتِي وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ. So fear the fire whose fuel will be managed on. Magtakot kayo sa impyerno na gatong na impyerno, mga tao at mga bato. Yung malalaking bato, yung lupa. U'iddat lil kafirin, prepared for the disbelievers. So Allah is teaching us. Now what Allah is teaching us now? Geology. The knowledge of the lupa, that there is a fuel there, which you can get for your purpose, for your use, for different purposes. Now the last ayah for tonight. Inna Allah la yastahi an yadriba mathalan ma ba'udatan fama fawqaha. Katotohanan, surely Allah is not ashamed to give the example of a mosquito, or even more than the mosquito, even above the mosquito. So in the Quran mention about mosquito, mention about the ant. The ant is langdam. So Quran meron din ng mention about the fly, langaw, honeybee. Now why Allah is writing all these things in the Quran? Because we need to learn them, and we can get benefit, and we can be protected from the harm. For example, why Allah is talking about mosquito? Because we need to learn mosquito, because mosquito is a killer. I asked the day before yesterday night, I asked, what is the number one killer of the human being? The number one killer for the human being is mosquito, lamok. Every year the millions of people are killed by mosquitoes. So you need to learn mosquito. That's why Allah is mentioning, emphasizing that we should learn about mosquito, because mosquito is very big enemy for us. Kalaban natin si mosquito, lamok. So you need to learn. That's why Allah is teaching us, giving us, emphasizing us that you should learn about mosquitoes. An example, 50 years ago, the number one disease from the mosquito was malaria. You know malaria? You know how many people died in Philippines from malaria? In the past, before the quinone. Now we have a medicine, quinone. You eat this medicine, then you can fight malaria. Before no medicine, we were dying. Millions of people every year die because of malaria. So the men become high-tech, they make the anti-malaria. So the mosquito become more high-tech. Yung lamok maging mas high-tech na yun. Walang yung anong bagong sakit sa galing lamok? Malaria is already cured. Now the mosquito has a new high-tech disease, dengue. When you get the medicine for dengue, the mosquito will bring another disease. So you have to fight. You have to learn the strategy of mosquito. If you don't know your enemy can harm you. But if you know your enemy, you can fight your enemy. So Allah is giving this example us to learn. And Allah said not only mosquito, even more than mosquito, like bacteria, viruses. So we need to learn them. More we learn those insects and microorganisms, the bacteria, we can get protection. You cannot make the antibiotic if you don't know the bacteria. You want to make antibiotic, gamot, you need to learn about the bacteria. If you know the bacteria, then you know how to kill this bacteria. If you know the mosquito, then you will going to have the cure or disease for that disease which coming from mosquito. Can you imagine? Think of the mosquito, and you will know how great Allah is. For example, kita ninyo mga injection. Injection, you know injection? How big is injection? Like this big, correct? What you do, you go to hospital, the doctor gets your blood. Get your blood, you see your blood. But the injection is very big. But you see, mosquito very small. And has a needle. Parang needle yan. Pasok, kuha siya ng dugo. And he will fly. And sometime, he will come and he will put his needle, his nose or something, put in your body and put the virus, the disease, suck it, and will run away. Imagine even we cannot fight mosquito, how weak we are. And if Allah wants, Allah can kill us with mosquito only. Imagine a person living in a subdivision with security guards. Maybe 100 security guards, with the wall, with everything, with camera, CCTV, everything. And then you see this man was killed with mosquito only. Imagine, where is your security? You are living in best security. You go out, your car is armored van, armored car, armored. Even the shoot, no more, because it's armored, bulletproof. Your car is bulletproof, and you wear the bulletproof jacket, and you have a gun here, and you have a security guard, and you outside, go outside, the mosquito bite, bring you dengue, patay. Pay 1 million in the hospital, still die. 2 million, still die. I went to see my friend in Makati Med 2-3 years ago. I saw him, he's like vegetable. Parang gulay siya. Cannot move anymore. No power. I say, Subhanallah, what happened to this man? He's very strong. Now his family told me, only one mosquito. Just mosquito. One mosquito bite, and he's like a vegetable now, already finished. Cannot move anymore. And Alhamdulillah, he was cured. He spent hundreds of thousands of pesos, and then after that he was cured. So imagine, if Allah wants to destroy us, nothing problem. He can just destroy us with mosquito only. Just one mosquito, and then you're finished. So we need to learn about mosquito. This mosquito you can learn, and you can increase your iman. That's how Allah making the things. You know the langau, the fly? You know what is the fly doing? Sometimes you don't like the fly, because fly hurts you, disturb you. But you know the fly? One fly eating 1,500 mosquitoes a day. Isang langaw kumakain ng 1,500 lamok kumakain na isang langaw sa isang araw. Patay siya. Isang langaw pinatay niya na 1,500 mosquitoes a day. You know this langaw? You think of this langaw, the fly. You can catch the fly? No. Allah said, those who worship beside Allah, they are very weak. Mahina sila. Hindi pwede sila gumawa ng isang langaw. Even one fly, you cannot make it. What kind of animal is this? What kind of insect is this? How many lenses we have here inside? Ilang lens? Isa? Dalawa. 2 lenses only. And we can see very well. You know the fly, langaw? How many lenses? Ilang lenses ng isang langaw? The one fly. How many lenses they have? 4,000? 4,000. 8,000. 8,000 lenses sa isang langaw. Who make this fly? What kind of creation of Allah is? In one fly, 8,000 lenses. That's why very sharp to see. Even you attack, run away, because very sharp, the eyes. Do you know the eagle? Do you know the eagle? Eagle. Hasan beta, you know eagle beta? How many times eagle can magnify? Example, you have a binocular, and then the binocular is times 8, times 16, times 32. You know the eagle in the satas and looking the prey, the animal which wants to attack. The eagle can magnify by the will of Allah 5,000 times. So kung 5,000 meters, 5,000 meters, 5 kilometers, 5,000 meters away the eagle, parang isang meter lang, parang isang metro ito, isang metro. Parang isang metro lang para kay eagle. 5,000 times. The length of the eagle can magnify 5,000 times. So kahit 5 kilometer, for example, anong sabihin ng 5 kilometer? The 5 kilometer from Masjid until the South Super Highway, that's 5 kilometer. For the eagle to look the 5 kilometer, here up to the South Super Highway is like 1 meter only. That's Allah's creation. All the creation. For example, like the dog. Dog can smell and will bring you where you want to go. If you get the shirt of Jamil is already lost and you want to find Jamil, just the shirt of Jamil is smell to the dog, dog will bring you. So this is all the creation of Allah. If you see them, you learn lot. Beautiful teachings. Do you know the small creation of Allah, the ants, langdam? They live better than us. Meron sila communities. They live in communities. They have the engineers. Mga langdam, they have the engineers. They have the workers. They have the antenna. They give the signal. Like we do the text messaging. Yung mga langdam, meron silang parang text message. They also sit down and they transfer the information. And they information to all the community. Network. Faster than internet. The langdam, the ants, they have a system of networking. And they have antenna to give the signals. So these all things you learn and you will increase your iman. So Allah said, Inna Allah la yastahi an yadriba mathalan ma ba'udatan fama fawqa. Surely Allah is not ashamed to give the example of mosquito or even above that. فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا فَيَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ. So those who believe, they know that is the truth from their Lord. وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَيَقُولُونَ مَاذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِهَذَا مَثَلًا. And those who disbelieve, they say, what is the intention of Allah with this example? Why Allah is talking about mosquito? So Allah said, يُدِلُّ بِهِ كَثِيرًا وَيَهْدِ بِهِ كَثِيرًا. Allah misguide many with that, and Allah guide many with that. وَمَا يُدِلُّ بِهِ إِلَّا الْفَاسِقِينَ. And Allah is not misguiding except only to those who disobey Allah. Kung hindi ka na sumunod sa utos ng Allah, then Allah will misguide you. Kung sumunod ka sa utos ng Allah, then Allah will guide you. So that's all. This is ayah number 21 to 25. We'll continue starting 26, Surah Al-Baqarah, tomorrow night. Now, I can take one or two questions and I'll explain about what we were talking last time about people criticizing Sahaba. The Sahabas were the students of Prophet Muhammad. So if somebody is criticizing the students of a teacher, then they criticize the teacher also. For example, if you are a teacher and somebody said your students are not good, so it means you attack the teacher now. So attacking the Sahaba is attacking Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The true Sahaba were the best among our nation. In our nation, we are the Ummah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are the Al of Muhammad. We are the generation of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the best among them were Sahaba. That's what Allah said in the Quran. Did Allah say directly, but Allah said that Allah is pleased with them. Radiyallahu anhum wa radu an. They are pleased with Allah and Allah is pleased with them. So if Allah is pleased with them and Allah give this news in the Quran, it means they were the best among us. So we were not there, so how we can judge them? So rather we criticize them or judge them, we see ourselves, look at ourselves, what we are. And then Allah will guide us, inshallah. So if any question, otherwise I can make dua. Yes. Al-Ghaib. Okay. Al-Ghaib, Ghaib. Al-Ghaib. Yu'minuna bil-Ghaib. Yu'minuna bil-Ghaib. Okay, the Ghaib meaning is unseen. Hindi, anong sabihin mo? Al-Ghaib. Oh, yung meron dalawang bagay. Isa yung may kita, isa yung hindi kita. There is something which you can see and there is something which you cannot see. Okay? For example, Pwede ka nakita ng utak mo. Pwede ka makita ng talino mo. Can you see your intelligence? Pwede ka nakita ng utak mo. Tanggalin na lang, kita na yan. Pwede ba kita ng talino mo? Ha? Hindi mo kita. Pwede nakita ng katawan ng tao. Pwede ba kita ng kaluluwa ng tao? Hindi nakita. So there are two things. The things which you can see and the things which you cannot see. Meron na may kita, meron na hindi kita. But you have to believe in both. You believe in a person, if he is working, active, meron ng kaluluwa sa loob. Kung wala, dead, walang kaluluwa. So there are signs. So Allah said that those who believe in unseen. So Allah is the hidden, tago, and Allah is apparent. We can see. For example, kung kita tayo na yung gawa ng Allah, parang tayo nakita ng Allah. Because He is doing something. So it means we can see Him in that way. We cannot see Him actually, but we can see Allah by doing something. We can see His actions. We can see His creation. We can see that He sent down the water. He can give the death. He can give the life. He can create people. So we can see Allah in that way. But actually, we cannot see Him. So Allah is the most hidden and Allah is the most apparent. Si Allah yung pinaka-tago at si Allah pinaka-halata. Dahil kita tayo na yung lahat ng creation of Allah every day. We ourselves are likha ng Allah. So if I believe in myself, then I should believe in Allah. So that's meaning of Al-Ghaib. The meaning of Al-Ghaib is not blind. The meaning of Al-Ghaib is hidden. But we believe Allah, yu'minuna bil-Ghaib, we believe in unseen, but with authority. With evidence, with the clear evidence. We believe in the Quran with evidence. We believe in the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam with evidence. So this is the meaning of yu'minuna bil-Ghaib. And the meaning of Ghaib is unseen. Okay, somebody said you pray while putting your hand below on your stomach. Is it true? Hindi. Mali yun dahil dito yung adab. The attitude is you put your hand on your chest. Hindi yung baba. Kung lagay mo sa tiyan mo, yung kamay mo, anong sabihin nito? Gutom ka. Yung katulad ninyo taga-Pakistan, lagay sila dun pa ilalim pa. So hindi pwede na respeto yung ilalim masyado. Hindi rin pwede yung lagay mo kamay sa tiyan mo, lagay mo kamay mo sa puso mo. Yan ang respectful place for ourselves. Okay? Inshallah. Because sabi na Allah sa Quran, Qumu lillahi qanitin, stand in front of Allah with respect. May respeto. So, when we stand in front of Allah, we put our hand on our chest. Dahil may puso sa loob. The most important part of our body is chest. Kahit tayo ka sa yuko, balik na lang yung kamay mo dito. Hindi yung derecho. Because he's standing derecho is not respectful, but it's on your chest. And the Prophet Muhammad is, there is a hadith that he always put his hand on his heart, on his chest. Yung dalawang kamay. And you can show full respect to Allah. Okay. So anything else? No more, inshallah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. الذين يأخذون عهد الله من بعد ميثاقه. Covenant is example. Everybody Allah get covenant. We have a covenant with Allah. What is our covenant with Allah? We only worship you and we will not commit shirk with you. So there's a covenant of Allah. The Bani Israel, they have covenant that they will worship only one God. But when Musa alayhi salam, Prophet Moses went to the mountain to receive the Torah, what the Bani Israel did? They worship baka. Gawa sila ng baka sa ginto, samba nila sa baka. So they did not follow the covenant. Our covenant with Allah, that we obey Him. We worship Him, none other than Him. And we follow His commandment. That's our covenant. So if we fulfill our covenant, then Allah will fulfill His covenant to us. He will not punish us. And inshallah, enter to us in paradise. Okay.